What is up, guys? This is Robert Crowley, co-host of United Brothers. Today I'll be giving you UB's very first game review. Now being a PlayStation channel, I thought what better way to kick off our first review than with the PlayStation 1 title. As for the first review, the game I have chosen has been an all-time favorite of mine since I can remember. It's Air Combat for the Sony PlayStation 1. This 1995 release is the first installment of Namco's legendary Ace Combat series. For being a 19-year-old game, it still holds its playability very well. In fact, fans of Ace Combat, including myself, can easily pick up and play this game. Air Combat, for being almost 2 decades old, still looks very good. Of course, there are some distance rendering issues that can be noticeable, such as clips appearing a little slower than expected. I do have to say the planes themselves are presented very well. I can easily tell which one I'm flying, and none have disappointed me. In this game, you are one of the world's best fighter pilots. A small country has been dominated by another country's military, and has hired you in the hope that your skills will turn the tables on the enemy. One thing that will take some getting used to when you start playing this game is the fact that you fly the planes using the D-pad. The reason for this is because the DualShock controller wouldn't be invented until 3 years later in 1998. But even though you're stuck using the D-pad, it's actually not that bad. The game is still very playable, even with the unusual controls. I do, however, have to say that they are slightly sluggish compared to the later installments. As you play through the game, you earn money for completing missions that you can use to purchase new planes or a wingman to cover your six. But there is another way to lose your hard-earned cash. This happens when you're shot down or when you get a little too cocky and crash. Now you thought your student loans were expensive, how about a $40 million war machine on top of that? But there is one more feature of this game that will get quite annoying. The female voice that goes off every time you take a hit.
Caution! Caution! Alert! Body damage! Alert! Body damage! Alert! Body damage! Alert!
Yeah,
body
that.
damage! Alert!
Oh,
body
and don't
damage.
forget. The game is a great first installment to an awesome series. Despite a few rendering issues and some pretty annoying voice acting, the game is definitely worthy of your collection. Plus, who can't love that 90s rock? United Brothers gives Air Combat a rating of 9.2 out of 10. Any game that can still be this playable after nearly 2 decades is definitely worthy of your collection.